Today I'm focusing on a 2.5-foot purple sunflower, and I wanted to make this sunflower for a girlfriend who recently moved, and she sent me a picture of a vase, and the vase is 19 inches, so I'm aiming for a 24-inch tall sunflower. I also want to make it monochromatic, or at least purple and silver. So what I want to share with you today is the petal paper that we dyed a few days ago. It dried, and then we bound layers together to get that transparent, beautiful petal texture. So let's see how the paper came out, as well as the silver leaves. I've never made silver leaves before, so let's see how they came out. These are the leaves, which I did in a very dark purple on one side and silver on the other. So I'm only looking at the dark side right now. I have no idea if I'm going to be crying or celebrating. Let's see, I'll let you look first. You ready? Okay, so it worked. I've got a silver leaf and a beautiful dark side leaf. Surprised none of the purple bled through. I would have thought some of the purple would have come through a little bit, the tint, but I like these. I had made other leaves as well that are just entirely purple, and I think mixing them all together, it's gonna look really nice. Very interesting. This is going to be a very interesting flower. And these should be exactly the same. These are great because they give me the option to use either side. I am a little disappointed these don't have more of a purple tint to them. Okay, so now let's see how the petals came out. Oh, aren't they beautiful? And the transparency is really beautiful. This is going to be, I think I have enough to make 2 sunflowers. Okay, so I'm going to keep pulling up my petal sheets, and then we'll start to cut the petals, make the centers, and then assemble the whole thing. 2 feet, it's going to need some plastic tubing, I think, so we'll figure it out as we go. This is the fun of paper flowers, figuring it out as you go, seeing how the paper comes out. I mean, this is going to be fun. This is going to be such a unique flower, as unique as Carol. So this is our color palette for the 2 sunflowers. I think it's going to look great. Okay, so all the dyed strips that we prepared for the center of our flower have now dried. I love the shades. So many various shades it came out to be, so I love that. And then the tissue paper, the silver did not dye at all, I don't think. Maybe the back of it did a little bit, which might influence it a bit. But the other pieces look great. So now I'm just gonna start folding these. I'm gonna put on a good TV show or podcast. I'm gonna make a delicious cup of tea, and I'm gonna sit here and fringe my little heart out. So we finished fringing, and I've separated them. There's so many different shades of purple that I made, so I separated them. So I'm going to divide this up into 2 seed heads, just kind of pulling equal amounts so that I divide it evenly. So for the very center, we're going to use the fringed tissue paper first. And I want to start with the more silver color. So we're just going to start to twirl it around itself, making sure the bottom is always staying as level as you can. And you don't have to make this real tight or anything. So you can see how it's already coming together. And I'm just going to keep doing this, adding a strip at a time. You really don't need a whole lot of glue. And once it's together, we're going to glue the bottom so that it won't come apart. So you really just want to keep your top and bottom level. I'm hoping for my seed head to end up to be about 4 inches in diameter. Between each one, I kind of do this so that the bottom lines up. Now I'm on my last one. I tried to go lightest to dark on the way out. Okay, so that's the very center. So now I'm going to add the Crepe paper. And this is where you can get creative how you want to continue the color out. So I think I'm going to go light to dark. So same premise, you're just going to match the bottom as much as you can. And this will stick out and over, and we'll go back and trim it and make it all pretty. Give it a little haircut if we need to. So now you're going to see if you keep patting it so that the middle goes down to be level, you're going to see how it's going to start to take shape. And like I said, we'll give it a haircut and style it, but it's coming together. This is last strip on sunflower seed head number 1. So now you're going to want to start to spread it out a little. So much variety in there, it's beautiful. So then have fun giving it a haircut, because you kind of want everything to look neat. I put a lot of glue on the back, so this isn't going to move. Now you're going to let it dry. Now we can start cutting our petals out. So first I like to cut a pile from the strip. And when I have about 3 or 4 together, then I cut the actual petal out. Just make sure that the gradient lighter side is up top. Once you have all the petals cut out, put them on top of a piece of foam covered with a rubber mat and use the fondant baking tools to roll out the edges. This gives your petals a beautiful, natural curl and curve. Now we're up to the leaves. So the same way we cut the petals out, I like to cut each leaf off of the strip. And I love using the craft clips just to hold the pattern in place. This is a tricky leaf. It's got lots of jagged edges. So I take my favorite killer scissors and I just start carefully going around the edges, taking my time and trying to get all the zigs and zags in place. Now grab your curling tool and using the soft side, I'm just going to smooth out my leaf as much as I can. Then starting at the top point of the leaf, I start trying to fold it in half and match the edges as much as I can until I get to the wire in the center. Ideally, your leaf wire is right in the center, but some of the wires you're going to notice are a little off center. But I want you to do the same thing. Fold from the top and make the edges match up until you get to that wire. This is going to give you an angle that you've definitely seen in some leaves. So even though there's a little flaw in our paper and wire, we can make this leaf look as natural as possible by just going with it. Then I spray them each, and using this embossing tool, I keep these with my fondant baking tools because they're pretty much the same, only with a much smaller edge. I followed that line from the stem up to the top. Now I'm doing this on top of a foam mat with a rubber mat on top of that. And then I'm drawing the veins into the leaf. This is done almost like you're writing it with a pen. You just don't want to press too hard that you pop through the paper. Now again, I want you to fold the top together. Now, I found that the embossing left this beautiful mark, and I took a silver paint pen, and everywhere that I ran over with the embossing tool, I made silver. I ended up liking the purple side of the leaf to be the top of the leaf and the silver to be the back of the leaf. Cover all the embossing marks that you made with your silver pen. Then I take my spray mister and just wet that tiny tab at the end so that I can wrap it right around the wire. And I secure that with a piece of floral tape. So now my leaf is securely attached to the wire. I'm really happy with how these came out. Like I said, maybe if the silver tissue paper had more of a hint of purple on it, I might have gone with that as the front of the leaf. So now we have all of our parts made, and we're going to put together these two sunflowers. So the first row of petals I want to be a little bit lower, so I attach them with my hot glue gun a little bit lower than the second and third rows. And you can see the spacing I'm using. I'm only going over about 1/4 of an inch from the previous petal. So take your time, and now that you're on the second row, you're really going to match the bottom of the petal to the bottom of the center. And just keep gluing them 1/4 of an inch overlapping. Since these are going in a vase, we're going to add a stem to them. So the way I'm going about it is I'm using 5 16 gauge wires, and I'm measuring from the center of the seed head to about the edge of the seed head, and I'm bending that much wire down on all 5 wires. Then I'm taping that together to be the entire stem. I'm separating them so that they'll lay flat in the middle of that seed head circle. Then once I feel like it's placed and it'll sit pretty flat, I use a whole lot of hot glue and I fill up that little well with hot glue so that the stem is secure in the middle of the hot glue. Before the glue completely dries, I take strips of paper towel and I start to build the base of the flower. So you want to catch this before that glue gets too cold. And just keep shaping it. Eventually, you can get a strip around, and almost like a piece of gauze, you're going to use hot glue, and you're going to wrap it all the way around and up to the stem. You're literally building the base of the flower. Continue to wrap the paper towel around the stem using hot glue to secure it. In case you're wondering how we were going to hide all this paper towel, I had cut little petal sizes of another shade of purple. These are specifically for the base of the flower. And they do a great job of camouflaging all of this paper towel. Okay, we're in the final stretch and we're going to attach our leaves to the stem one at a time. And I want to keep the leaves in the top half of the stem. Don't forget to do this little trick when you add a leaf. Go up around the joint. It makes a really nice finish. I also always cut the stem before adding a new one so that my base stem doesn't just keep getting bigger and fatter. And I'm just going to tape it all up. So these plastic tubes are a lifesaver when you're working on a big piece like a tree or one of these oversized flowers. And I'm just picking the size that fits as tight and snug to my actual wires. And it really gives it the strength it needs to stand up in a vase. So this looks like the size I'm going to end up with. When I'm ending a flower, I always kind of reverse engineer it and put a piece of tape on the bottom and then twist tape back up the stem. So once it's all taped, I just want to fluff out the petals. There was an enormous amount of hot glue, little webs that I needed to remove. And I always like to make sure that the end of my floral tape is not ever going to lift off. So sometimes I'll use a little hot glue just to make sure that stays. The last thing I thought these stems really needed was a silver stem. So I found this great metallic silver paint and I just started to cover up the stem, so it was a mix of green and silver. All in all, I'm really happy with how these came out. I think the silver stems really added a little elevated elegance to them. Take a minute to subscribe to my channel so that you always see my latest tutorials.